this is a good matchup. I have fun with it. He went over kind of things where like, oh, this is a fun matchup. This is a bad matchup. And he told me one of his hot takes. He thinks Crom is better than Roy. And he said he'll be the only one, but that is definitely a hot take.
It is definitely a hot take. Let's see if he continues to be on the hot streak in losers bracket as he takes on Puerto Rico's best in EKING for Game 1.
I'm expecting this to be a boxing event, whereas they may have their projectiles, but these guys are sluggers. They're going to be looking to hit with their aerials. Their forward airs are formidable. Their nairs are also as effective as to each other. Now, the matter is, how is this ledge trap going to work out for either of them? Because Pac-Man will start throwing the fruits like we're seeing and prepare with hydrants. But right there, 8BitMan, he did the reflector side beat just in case if he was going to let go of the fruit.
Actually going to toss him out. Forward smash is not going to be enough. We know that Rob is a heavy, big boy. 102% though. Looking pretty poised. EKING is actually take this first stock, but not if 8BitMan can say anything about it.
I do feel like if he does get a bell, even though that bell would be then the finisher like he tried to do earlier, but Rob is thick with a Q. It's just one of the things where I can see this character living to 190%, 200%. But the trampoline comes and saves him.
Yes, MVP for EKING as he tosses him right on the outside. Not quite going to be enough because, again, Rob is super heavy. He is going to come out, but 8BitMan actually managing to clank it on the shield that time, so good recognition on him.
We're doing some aerial brawls here right now. This is looking crazy because they're looking for zone back airs where Pac-Man hits his own back air, but not as strong. But we're trying to see that they're trying to snuff each other out of the air. But snuffed out the stock right now with that forward tilt. Pac-Man is looking good right now.
Yeah, we've seen 8BitMan actually go for get-up attack a lot, quite often, and it has been punished a couple of times. He might want to start mixing it up and get some roll-ins or maybe just neutral get-ups just to keep the opponents guessing and not be able to punish it. Because at this level, at least EKING is definitely going to recognize and punish it like he did last time.
I love how he's being aggressive. Even though he's at 168%, he continuously put on the pressure with the cherries, with the forward airs, and even though this turnaround is happening for 8BitMan, he still is putting on some aerials, controlling space. 83% on 8BitMan right now.
Yeah, Tombstone Pile Driver is going to do it with that up throw. Gyro is going to come out by 8BitMan, 83% of extra credit. This is very important for the rest of the sets for EKING in particular, just because he is definitely on the slower end of starting whenever a match comes up, and then he starts starting it up eventually.
That is rough.
Yeah, but now we're seeing that EKING is actually being a lot more aggressive, and this could be very dangerous for the rest of the people in bracket.
I think without a doubt, when you're trying to hit Pac-Man and the hydrant, you're just going to get pushed back, and you help them just launch that hydrant into you. That was a tough call from 8BitMan, but now with a grab, up smash, what are we doing?
You're going to grab him and get some damage in for 56% after the up air. Decides not to steal any type of smash attacks, just in case it could be difficult for 8BitMan to actually lose that stock pretty early. Nevertheless, Gyro is not going to miss the mark that time, getting him all the way up to 108% and setting him up. There have been a couple of times where Gyro has been in play and 8BitMan has been trying to use it, but because it did disappear in time, he has been flubbing that particular button. So he needs to be careful not to use it too quickly versus EKING.
What a fade back into that. And EKING is just being very effective with his spacing right now. There's just lots of control, trying to snipe on with the orange, and a downer from there? A downer from there? I gotta say, you know how we were saying, like, EKING looks really good, he's cooking something, but wow, he is cooking even at the bottom of the stage.
I think he's sick and tired of waiting. He just wants to get through the approach. I mean, I can't blame him. The set versus kept had to be very, very, very tedious, and actually getting onto that aggressive side of his nature is going to be very important when it comes to the rest of the bracket. 8BitMan might be in trouble if he doesn't stop the Pac-Man, who is on fire right now.
So it's, like you said earlier, against Ket, those matches were pretty drawn out.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting. Like you said, tedious. Once you're starting to make EKING box, I know he's got the gloves, he's got the boots, he's willing to throw down. And like that was, I know that 8BitMan was getting some hits in, but EKING looked great. Just looked absolutely great. I don't know if we're going back to, a smaller stage. I agree with this because, like, if you're both trying to get your kill option, trying to get the hits in, just keep them close. Keep them close because 8BitMan, he was chasing EKING down as well.
Now the boxing is going to start, like you well mentioned, Yoma. Down tilts are going to start coming out from 8BitMan, trying to apply that damage and grabs. And now EKING is definitely going to be forced, or rather, he's not going to mind it, but he is going to be forced to actually deal with Rob's up-close and personal pressure.
And then, like, in this situation, he's actually been able to properly ledge trap him for a bit. The down tilts has made EKING be a bit more wary of the ground approaches, so he has to jump more. But that lets 8BitMan watch out for his landing, gets an up smash, and now 101% for EKING.
Yeah, really good defense onto 8BitMan, just avoiding getting hit. 1, 2, 3. He actually wanted the gyro confirmed, but it disappeared just on time. Luckily for EKING, otherwise that could have been a stock if he actually bounced back from that gyro and actually hitting a couple of hits. Anticipated it to be the Hydra, but he just throws out a forward smash and takes away EKING's first stock in game 2.
I am seeing these guys scrap right now. There are some weird situations there with the Hydra and the collisions, but 8BitMan came out on top. Looking now, EKING trying to wrap it up. He doesn't want to take too much percent. He's noticing how 8BitMan is doing ground approaches, but he properly punishes a falling nair on the platform.
Because he knows he's going to land on the platform, because 8BitMan has been doing it consistently whenever he has been fighting overall. Landing on the platform instead of going through it as well. He's trying to punish something as well. It's a great option for Rob, so we really can't blame him for using it.
That platform made 8BitMan sweat a little bit. That after that last gyro activated the trampoline, he knew he had to do a jump recovery, but EKING didn't have any hard punishes ready for that situation. We're looking at quite the even percent, 59 versus 48. Now we're having 8BitMan Shark using the up B to even continue on with the sharking.
Yeah, one more time, actually going to use the trampoline. Is so far going to pop up the cherry. 65% now. Grabbing him with a little bit of the delay from the guy that Pac-Man does have. It can mix you up if you're not careful. Now the bell is going to come out. Now
that bell is so effective. It can actually collide with the gyro and then continue on with the paralyzation, but the hydrant wasn't played there, so now EKING continues on the pressure.
Actually going for the fair one more time. Side B trying to get something going. Oh, barely missing.
Well, we're
onto
swinging.
the down air and up smash. 119% now. Actually looking really poised to actually get something going. So dashed up forward tilt by EKING, trying to anticipate the jumps from 8BitMan, as well as trying to get an anti-air out of it. So he is looking for it a lot more. Rotor arms are going to be the stock.
That was a call out. That was a call out. He was expecting any potential jump fruit options, and that was going to definitely cover everything. He did get up. That's a get up.
Oh, no! Reads the roll onto the bell, just dashes back, uses it, just paralyzes him and goes for the forward smash. Good patience on EKING. 8BitMan looking a little bit overzealous, and now fares are going to start coming out.
There we go. A little bit overzealous as well here, EKING on the edge guard situation. But nonetheless, we're going to get back into it, separating each other out. Now a ledge trap scenario.
One more time, actually boxing each other out, staying right in the corner, just dashing. Forward tilt.
That is the wolf in him right there. The sliding forward tilt, that is the wolf. I've seen that forward tilt many times. That is a wolf influence if I haven't seen any of it.
He does have it. He does have a Lucina as well. So far, it's been working out with the Pac-Man. He needs to be careful, though. Good DI on EKING. Sharking is going to commence, looking like Jaws right now up here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Differential of only 9% between the two. Barely missing the anti-air. He has been fishing it all game long, so good recognition on 8BitMan to actually go for another option besides Nair.
The down air stalled it out, and he uses his forward smash to destroy the hydrant, making his launch. The Zombear did not collide, but he had prepared with a down smash to follow up if he was going to try to punish that back air.
Yeah, let's go ahead for that instant replays one more time, actually hitting him on with the forward smash, as we're seeing the next replay as well. The anti-airs onto the nairs have been paying a lot of dividends. Multi-hitboxes onto the side special are going to be enough to actually take it, and the patience.
Wow.
Boom! Dash back, tosses in the item, forward smash, but even better recognition on 8BitMan to know after Zombear he's going to want to approach, so dash smash is actually going to tie it up 1-1.
That was a good game. So EKING was hot from game number 1. 8BitMan's slow was, it wasn't a slow adaptation. It was a back and forth. I'm trying to get my hits, and you're trying to get your hits. Now, 8BitMan had small battlefield. I don't know what he's banning in this scenario, but because it was smaller, it felt like he was more effective. Now, EKING is taking him back to Pokemon Stadium 2. I feel like that is a good call. That space actually did help him because he was able to then retreat, charge up, and then he would be able to get his spell, his key, the more effective fruits.
Actually trying to start a little bit more item play this time. Fair, definitely going to be the name of the game when you're playing against Rob. He's going to go for the text chase situations. Drifting back a little bit to see what type of options 8BitMan is going to go for. Again, the dash attack, not going to get punished that time, so it has been working out for 8BitMan, but he needs to be careful when it comes to other options.
There's a lot of very good B reversal movement here from 8BitMan, but EKING not being too scared from it. Misses a tech, gets a regular down smash in it, not too strong, but a bell recovery on the Nair, and that is an 80 to then to 100% kill. That is pretty early considering how long Rob has been living before.
Yeah, directional air dodge that time actually making Rob waste the gasoline as much as possible.
That was close. That was almost a red. That was just yellow. But it had 8BitMan been a little bit, too dangerous with that. He was playing with fire with that trampoline.
Yeah, trying to get that game as soon as possible as well. And now mixing up the way that he's going to land, using down air first for a little bit of a delay, just so EKING gets tripped up on any anti-air situation that he wants to go for.
I gotta say, I've not seen Hydrant beat out Rob's up air at all. It's collided, and every time 8BitMan has lived.
Nope, not gonna work.
Oh, one more!
Oh!
And he uses all the trampoline jumps. Now, that was an unfortunate recovery. EKING actually could have made it back, lived longer, and it could have been, look at the percent he had. He actually could have taken that stock potentially with that first one.
Yeah, extra credit of 93% now. It's going to be very important for EKING to continue to maintain that offense in. A lot of people have been flubbing, actually grabbing the gyro, and I do not blame them. That item is not easy to carry. Actually, the gyro trying to intercept the recovery from Pac-Man and going for another down there, that's to set up a different recovery.
8BitMan being very patient with this Hydrant in the center stage. Doesn't think a rather weird roll from EKING. Now he gets hit, but the percentage is quite a large gap. 120. Hydrant is active, but 8BitMan still looking pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not too concerned because he looked pretty confident the way he was boxing earlier.
An apple a day keeps the robot away, but lasers are actually going to be the name of the game for this one. Back air is going to send him right to the side for 150%. The bell's not going to be able to be grabbed one more time. The last hit of down air is not going to land on the mark for the KO specifically. So I need to be careful now. Actually using the delays onto aerials is going to be very important for EKING as well for that same pressure.
The Nair actually collided with the apple, so it did not activate. But see how I'm saying 8BitMan he looked very confident. He's at this high percent, has not lost his stock, and now we're looking pretty close. I feel like an up smash or a gyro arm could be the rotor arms could be the it for EKING right now in this second stock.
Oh, barely missing the mark on the punish on that down smash, and actually goes for the for the melon toss, responding back with Zombear. This is not over in the slightest.
If I have to give that melon attack a name, it'd be Melon Splash, a new flavor in this game. Now, lots of collisions here, lots of more item games. The boxing has changed drastically. EKING has actually lost a couple of percentages because he went after the gyro, but 8BitMan has been able to collide with Pac-Man's effective items like the Hydrant and the fruits. So this is looking pretty even right now if you ask me.
Yeah, and we're actually setting up for what was successful at the beginning of the game, those fares into tech chases that EKING loves to do so much. Multi-Gap's actually sending 8BitMan onto the other side, 84% now in comparison. So Multi-Hit's actually going to go for the down air that time and setting up different traps with the bell, 96% now. What is 8BitMan going to do?
This is looking pretty close. They're looking for their win conditions. He lets the bell go. He knew 8BitMan was being very respectful, not committing to anything at all. And then we have a lot of gyro play from 8BitMan. EKING's looking pretty good. He's keeping on the ground, punishing the landing recoveries, and gets an F tilt. Gets a bell now, any moment now. This could be it!
Back
That's
air,
it.
not
He's
quite going to
dipped.
be enough. That's a 2 count, like they say in Florida.
Oh, he got bounced off.
He got bounced off because the paralysis had already gone and down.
He's
not
living!
going to be enough. Brett is a DI machine, and that Rob is actually looking to get some more momentum going.
That is a full rage, Rob. I would not mess with that at all.
Definitely not.
You got to be careful with your attacks now, EKING.
The laser is not going to come out. The orange going to be tossed out. Down smash is going to get punished by the hydrant one more time. 183% now in comparison to 90. Setting up the situations. Anti-air's going to be the name of the game. Up air's not going to be able to hit the mark for EKING, who just maintains the distance. And 2 minutes left in this game number 3.
There.
It's going to be difficult for both of them. The apple barely missing the mark. Up airs are not going to hit. A little bit of spaghetti for both players. They need to be careful now.
Oh my God!
Barely missing every single issue. Lasers, up smashes, grabs. Nothing is hitting for both of them. Zombears trying to maintain the balance after getting pushed in with the water. Back here is going to come out by
Oh my
EKING.
gosh!
Parries this time. Up smashes. 1 minute
No,
left.
oh my
The
God, it
gyro
kills!
is going to hit him. 1 win away from eliminating EKING from the tournament.
What the heck was that final stock? Jeez, like this game was full of crazy kill stocks. That was the melon splash that we saw earlier, then an immediate backer. And to think that the thing that killed the final stock versus EKING was the gyro snipe. Here we go. There we go. The hydrant worked against EKING there. That is nuts.
That is top 10 anime betrayals if I've ever seen one, Yoma. Poised to actually getting into game number 4. 1 win for 8BitMan is going to seal it, and if he wins it, we will not have a Puerto Rican win first attack for the first time in a decade.
8BitMan clutched that out in such a magnificent way. It was a great use of your opponent's resources, and he was able to make sure that the lead wasn't too bad when in the final part when he tucked it back there. But he lived so long. Pac-Man didn't get the KO. So now we're seeing EKING choosing small battlefield instead of a PS2 again. So he's probably saying, I don't want you to live anymore. I need a smaller stage. I'm ready to take these KOs and end this game.
Yeah, let's try situations going on. We can try to force that game 5. He does not want to be in this precarious situation. Nevertheless, an up throw by 8BitMan is going to come out, but not quite going to get any type of punish because EKING manages to tech it on the platform.
Oh, he actually misses. He probably pressed the Z a little bit too much. He could have gotten a potential rotor arm KO early on, because even at 60%, if you're close to the stage blast zone, that's a KO.
So far, so good by EKING, just racking up the damage in, but we know 8BitMan can definitely have those burst options available to them. Zombear's gonna miss on the mark that time. Fairs for the tech chase. Just decides to empty hop it and then punish him for it. Orange is going to come out that time as Fairs try to wall the Rob out.
We see EKING really trying to use a lot of options here to get the KO. It's looking like a lot of what is happening in these sets is that EKING racks up the damage, but he's not able to get the KO because Rob is heavy. Now, 8BitMan has been able to clutch out thanks to that, but EKING still looking pretty good in the way he's boxing 8BitMan in this game.
113% is only about a 40% differential between the two. It will be 42%.
He misses that back air, but 169%, still no KO. This is, if I was EKING, I start getting frustrated. But he's right there in top 8. He's not one to get too desperate as fast as I would.
See, tossing the gyro upward is going to be the new strategy for EKING, I believe. The longer the gyro actually stays in play without both of them being used, the better for EKING. Nevertheless, just going to cover him with that multi-hit up air. So 8BitMan actually striking first blood.
That is a very painful up air. But nonetheless, that is Pac-Man's up air will KO if you're a little bit close to the skies in there. Now, 0 to 1%. We've seen that EKING has been winning these initial fights, but I just want him to kind of be able to kind of close it a little bit more. But 8BitMan, a little bit, once again, returning to the down tilts that was working earlier in the set.
Fair's going to come out as well just to set up those take chases one more time. I really enjoy how EKING is actually using the hydrants right at the ledge and using forward tilt to set up even more damage, now getting him all the way up to 73%. But he's been using it a lot more on the corner, and that's the adaptation that we were looking for, Yoma. Instead of waiting for an up smash to punish the nair, he knows that 8BitMan is actually going for the down air, so he's actually going to wait for it and punish with the back air.
That is some crazy situation there. Now paralyzed into forward smash, but because it was across the stage, it didn't KO. But a key to victory right here is what we're going to need if we're going to win game number 4.
86% onto EKING. It's going to be imperative for him to rack up some more damage onto the Rob as much as possible. Nair's going to come out by 8BitMan, actually considering the covering of. Go ahead, Yoma.
I gotta say, just because he lost his stock, 8BitMan has not lost his momentum at all. He's looking nice and clean, crisp, and a rising up air. These up airs are the ones that have taken some nice stocks, like these important stocks where it helps the momentum. Those up airs count. These ones are the ones that finally EKING are blocking them.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to go with a gyro that time. Situation of recoveries, but 8BitMan does not manage to get anything going except for a straight hit and a laser for 171%.
That was a grab attempt. A tombstone was coming if that grab actually would have grabbed. But here we go. Center stage for EKING. The collision on everything. Nobody got hurt from that. But you can see, you can sense that there is danger from these hydrants, danger from these projectiles. Now 49%. This is looking a lot better for 8BitMan. And 8BitMan has these last games made a comeback on EKING.
Actually going for another tech chase, but he's been so good actually teching in place, not making EKING react in the slightest. It's been pretty difficult to actually get some punishes in. And if you take that arsenal away from the tech chase, it's right, EKING down smash is not going to hit the mark that time. 93% down tilt galore for 8BitMan as the laser's going to come out for 68%. It continues to wall him out.
Oh my god, there's so many crazy things happening. They're scrapping again, and I'm starting to hold my hands in anticipation. Any moment that a back air, that could have been crazy, but we're seeing EKING continuing the pressure. 8BitMan not deterred. The hydrants sent far away, and we missed the aerials attacks, but he's waiting for now 8BitMan's landing options.
139% now, maintaining stage control as the bell is going to come down. He's actually going to switch to the other side. Zombear is going to try to get something going. EKING trying to force the issue a little bit, but he needs to be careful not to get too aggressive. He has the percentage lead.
Oh, he missed the up smash.
Is going to miss the mark by 8BitMan. Hydrant is going to come out. Oranges are going to be tossed back and forth. Gyro in play one more time. Back air is not going to do it. It's a heavy boy, 168%.
The melon.
The melon is going to come out.
Oh, that's going to be it.
Back air is going to force that game 5, and the crowd goes wild.
Jeez, that was so tense. It was, you know how many times if you're in the hot seat right there and you seen your opponent make the comeback, like he was, 8BitMan once again was turning the tables on EKING, and EKING just was finally getting some crucial grabs. Like and the thing is that he popped out of the gyro up smash setup that 8BitMan had. There was a lot of Lady Fortune had chosen EKING in that match right there.
Yeah, Brett just took a little bit of time to actually throw out the up smash. I believe he did not expect it to hit as well as it did. We're going into the first game 5 of our top 8, Yoma, and this is actually getting pretty intense.
It feels like we're on the hot seat right now because like there's some times where I have to hold my breath because I'm just letting it. I just gotta process it. There's so many things because they're really just doing onslaughts, unleashing everything that they got, and that is without a doubt, you know, impressive because they were connecting so often. They want to definitely be the victor here, right? There's nobody who wants to be the loser, and you know that is some great play, great play. I can't wait to see game number 5.
Game number 5 is actually going to be very interesting. Battlefield is going to be the pick for 8BitMan.
Final stage right here for this set. Now, we've seen small Battlefield, PS2, small Battlefield. This is the first time we're going to have a triplat in this set. Now, I can potentially see either one of them try to use the last top platform to kind of like mix up the vertical recovery, you know, do some weird approaches, or we could just see that they're just going to box it out, but that's how the game has been.
You gotta feel that gourmet race melee found in the Dreams music. Game number 5. This time around, it feels super intense right from the get-go.
Intense it is. I feel like this is a very appropriate song, especially for game number 5. Now, 50 close, whoever breaks 50 might see who might take away this first stock, but I don't know. A bell has not been working just yet at the early stocks. It's been worked in crucial moments, but it misses this moment.
Yeah, 79% now going up to 84 as we see there's actually gyro come out and it being reflected because EKING actually grabbed it in the first place. A couple of down tilts to make sure that the hydrant moves to the side, and it's another option that 8BitMan is actually covering. EKING just goes for it. He just goes for it.
That is a call out if I've ever seen a call out. That is very effective, and somehow 8BitMan gets stuck grabbing the Galaga's flower. What's going on in this game?
Actually needs to be careful a lot more using Bear, actually get into the state to try to reset the neutral as much as possible. Lasers are going to come out one more time, and constant item play by both. 63% of extra credit so far. EKING needs to continue to apply the same pressure, so 8BitMan just feels completely uncomfortable.
8BitMan has been doing a lot of recovery that's aggressive, coming in with rotor arm, coming in with up air.
Doesn't have a dodge.
But that one time he did a call out. That was a forward smash. Now 8BitMan has to be wary that EKING might just let it rip one more time. And he lets it go in the other direction. But here we go, down throw, up air misses.
But setting up one more time, actually the Nair, a get off me tool by Pac-Man. 101% now, 140 onto the Pac-Man. And just using the gyro right on the ledge to actually try to set up anything that he can. 8BitMan is actually having a little bit of difficulty taking away this stock. A little bit of a reversal to what we've seen through the entirety of the set, as the down smash is not going to land on the mark.
I have loved 8BitMan's ledge trapping here. He has not gotten the kill, but EKING has not left the left side of the stage. So this is a potential, not the KO, and misses the stack. He was like, I'm done with this stock. Let's just go to the next one now.
That's an option that nobody expected, actually tossing out the gyro for the stage spike. I do not blame him for not tagging. I got hit. I lost my stock too.
There we go. He tried to do an aggressive jump up there to get him out of this thing, but there is no, he gets the regrab. He had actually lost his invincibility, but no capital punishment there for EKING on that stock.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get the death penalty this time, but 146% is not percent, so you want the Rob surviving for it. That's for sure. And if history actually repeats itself, we're going to see at least 40% given to 8BitMan before he loses this stock. EKING needs to close it out as soon as possible.
He let go of the ledge, has no regress, so he has to go high. And EKING lets it come back, but smacks him back with a gyro. Now he's in a ledge trap scenario.
Apple, they trying to keep the robot away, but a couple of down tilts interfere this time. Grab for 73, 164% now onto the Rob, and this stock is not getting let down. Defense by 8BitMan has been immaculate.
8BitMan has been able to get a lot of lasers before on EKING, but in this game, the lasers has not been as useful or has just not been hitting. I'm pretty sure the resources game here has changed drastically compared because of the stage.
Actually going for the up air one more time, 90%, 170 now onto the robot. 8BitMan is doing such a good job of just racking up the damage with stray hits, stray jabs, grab, punish by EKING. He needs to be careful. Zombear is not going to land on the mark, but 8BitMan is actually looking at something because he's been racking it up constantly.
He has. I absolutely adore. And what a grab!
What a
I don't even know if that was.
Oh my god!
He lives that too!
Look at that DI! Actually going right onto the outside. Side special is going to be the name of the game for the recovery options. Rolls in preemptively, but that was definitely a panic option for EKING. 146% now. You gotta get some extra credit in.
This is as tense as can be because we've seen EKING try to keep a lead, but 8BitMan, he doesn't care. He wants to slug it out. He's okay with him to try to play with his shield and these options, but 164%, no browning points, no extra damage. 8BitMan using the platforms to kind of wait out and just change the momentum to his favor.
This is part of the reason why he picked the counter as Battlefield in the first place. He's been able to maneuver around every single thing EKING has been managing to do. He has been playing guns blazing so far, 18%, and it's been over a minute. Down air is going to be enough. Yoma, we are in last stock situation in a game fight where the #1 player in Puerto Rico might get eliminated from the tournament.
I mean, if 8BitMan does it, it's a respectable loss. But here we go, the last hope of Puerto Rico versus 8BitMan. Here we go, it's the let's try scenario, and 8BitMan still kind of getting hit left to right. And air dodge upwards could have been a misinput from EKING.
Yeah, a little bit flubby when it comes to these last stock situations. A couple of down tilts this time, accumulate the damage. Forward air is going to come out, but the hydrant is not going to do anything to hit the mark. Up air coming out as well is going to miss, so differential of only 8%.
And he tries to do a dash that gets interrupted by a laser. They're just interrupting each other's moves. The force smash does not hit, but the only punish is a slight forward air.
Man, they need to be careful, Yoma. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. 8BitMan takes a percentage lead, now racking it up to 90%. He knows what to do now. He's just going to go ahead and try to stall as much as possible.
They're moving. This is so crazy. I am actually about to lose my mind. There's any given moment. He waits for the down air. 90% each one of them.
Oh my god, 3% differential between the two, and 50 seconds left at hydrant.
Oh no, is EKING gonna make it back? Will the down air hit? 8BitMan respects it. Back air there. The melon's moving, and it collides with the gyro.
40 seconds left on the clock, actually trying to toss anything out. 96% differential of only about 11. But the gyro is going to hit him 121% that time. Gyro not going to be able to come out, and the key is going to miss on the mark. Actually, 30 seconds left on the clock. Up air going to come out.
The DI was not right, and up air takes the final game, the final stock. 8BitMan moves on.
And for the first time in our history, a Puerto Rican is not going to win Smash in first attack.
Oh my God, that was a crazy set. I know we have lost our final Puerto Rican player, but these 5 games were nuts. They were absolutely crazy. And that gyro option to get the stage spike, never seen it before. That was saved deep in his pocket. And there, a grab thrown to the left side, catching the roll, and that downer that killed upwards. There were so many crazy things in this final game. And there, the final hydrant into up air. That was the proper reaction for 8BitMan. There, that punish was the correct option.
Respectable job by EKING, our #1 player. All the Puerto Ricans are out this time. We have nothing